What up, crew? Welcome to week 2 of March's Reading Month this year in our Jory John series. The books this week were The Cool Bean and The Sour Grape. We're going to start with The Cool Bean this time. And what I like about this is that you learn that the coolest thing you can do is to be kind and help others. And I really agree with that. So we will draw our cool bean first. So keep it light till you get it right with a pencil, eraser nearby as needed, and of course afterwards you can add color if you'd like. And your cool bean doesn't have to be the same color as the one in the book because that's what's cool. You can be different. So I'm going to start with a round shape. A circle with just like a little bump at the top, almost like a little volcano at the top. So maybe I'll start right here on the left, go around to the right, and then before I stop my circle, I'm going to make that little volcano shape. Up and down. It's almost like a little triangle bump on his head. And if you see, it kind of goes all the way down like a V shape, so V for volcano. I'm going to bring that down, and I love those little hairs on the top of that bean's head. So I'm going to have some curved lines. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. 4 little hairs on the top of his head. Now for the eyes, they are perfectly round circles. So I'm going to make those down here. 1 circle. 2 circle. And then this character just has pupils, but again, I like to leave the bright spot, so I'm going to leave a little white in the middle. And then curved lines for the eyebrows. That will kind of show he's kind of happy. He's not being negative with those diagonal eyebrows like our bad seed had last time. And he's concentrating on his little bow tie, so he's going to have his tongue sticking out of his smile. I like that too. That's pretty cool. So, little smile, little tongue, and a texture mark. Now, I love his little bow tie, so it starts out with a small oval right there under his smile, and then kind of like a triangle, you're going to go out, down, back in, out, down, back in for that little bow tie. All right, now I don't love stick people, as you know, but Jory John loves his stick arms and legs for his vegetables and fruits, so I'm going to give him his stick leg and then curve out for the foot, his other leg and other foot. I just love how lines can create shapes and emotions and texture and pattern and all sorts of things. So line is very useful here. And then that arm's going to curve up toward his bow tie, and then 4 fingers. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Same thing on the other side, curve up toward that bow tie, and then uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Boom. You have a cool bean. And again, you can add more texture. He kind of does have a few freckles, so you could add some freckles there if you'd like. Maybe some texture up in the top part where his hair was. Alright, you could add some other things like that. And you know what? I do love this other cool bean right here, like with the shades and cool hat. So maybe real quick I'll add him as well. So you could make kind of like a square hat that's going backwards, the little oval on top. I'm going to go kind of fast on this one, but I think he's just too cool to pass up. So I'm going to make some sunglasses here. And then that bean body is just kind of like a long tube that connects at the hat. The bill of the hat just kind of curves out. This guy's got a pretty sweet unibrow in the book. Again, you can make your sunglasses any color you want. And then the classic arms and legs of Jory John. And then you got a little cool bean nugget there too. So there you go. You can make a whole family of cool beans. Next, this week we read the Sour Grape as well. And I like this one because that Sour Grape realizes it takes more energy to be negative than it is to be positive. So don't hold those grudges. Give people some grace, since, you know, we all make mistakes sometimes. So I think the lesson that the Sour Grape taught us is pretty good. But I will say my favorite illustration is when he was still holding a grudge. So we might make this funny one right here. How about that? Alright, so next to your cool bean, if you'd like to make this very sour grape, it's kind of the same basic shapes. So it's going to be an oval to start with. Alright, so I'm going to make that oval nice and big. And then the stem of the grape is coming out the top there. So, kind of show you, kind of like a V again at the top, and then you'll curve that stem up and back down to the other side of your V, and I'm going to kind of fill that in with some texture shading. Now I kind of like the curly vine coming off of there, so I'm going to make like a loop-de-loop there. And then on the other side, I'm going to curve out and make my leaf shape. So it's almost like a zigzag for the leaf. So you can design your leaf a different way if you want. All leaves are unique, but almost like a zigzag. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And I might make kind of like the veins of the leaf, which are kind of like texture marks. Boom. Now, we have some more diagonal eyebrows to show his anger and the grudge he's holding. So we're going to make some nice diagonal eyebrows. 1 and 2. Oof. You can already tell he's going to be angry. It's like little check marks. Like, yep, I'm holding a grudge. And then, because they are diagonal, and cover some of his eye, it's not a full circle for the eye. It's going to be like a half circle. Half circle 1, half circle 2. And then the pupil and the iris, or the colored part, kind of touch the top where the eyebrow is. I'm going to make another half circle for the iris on both sides. Another half circle for the pupil on both sides, and then I'll fill in a little bit more of that pupil. Now, instead of a smile on this guy, it's going to be a frown to start and then connect at the bottom. So a frown to start and then connect on the bottom. Then you can make lines for teeth as well. He's gritting his teeth. He's so angry. And then he has a few freckles in between his eyes, a few freckles over here, on both sides. And again, you can't really mess up with that. It's just how many freckles you want. And there is kind of a bright spot, a reflection on the top of our grape here. So if you want to add some more texture, or maybe a shadow and a highlight, again, you're the boss of your work. You can do what you want to your sour grape. And then the finishing touch, those arms and legs on our sour grape. So he's kind of looking menacing, like he's ready to rumble. So those arms are going to curve up like so, kind of like the frown did. And then we'll add those fingers. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And then his legs are kind of like in a ready position too. So curve, curve, curve the leg, curve the foot on both sides. So it has symmetry. It's the same arm and leg on both sides. Very good. So again, you can color your grape and your cool bean any way that you'd like. You could, again, make more sour grapes, more cool beans, or you could even tell the story through like a little comic of how the sour grape learns to have grace for others and learns his lesson and becomes a little less sour as well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed week 2 of March's Reading Month. I'm already looking forward to week 3. Catch you later.